Try and focus on just the next step. Focus on just being a little bit better than the day before. Just a little bit better than yesterday. And just keep doing that. When you wake up the next day, just try and be a little bit better than the day you were before. A little bit smarter, maybe a little bit richer, maybe a little bit, more capable, more healthy, just a tiny bit. And start moving in that direction and just look at the step before you. And over time, if you're patient, this will snowball. And over a few years, this might be able to, snowball into something incredible. That's basically the whole idea behind the book, The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. And I've heard that same analogy applied to a lot of areas. A lot of people have come up with it, themselves, or just they found out about themselves. I've seen people apply this to dating, and it's, changed their world. I've most recently seen this applied to someone's career in terms of professional competitive video games, and it's changed his world as well. And it's very important to not give up. And it's so easy to, take your eyes off the next step and look way off into the distance, or look at that extreme mountain that you have to traverse, that you have to climb, and let it freak you out. Let it freak you out so much that you just you don't go any further, or you don't put any emphasis or congratulate yourself for that one step you took that day. And you can't let that happen, because as cheesy as it sounds, every journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. That's a Chinese proverb. I think that's so incredible, and it's so important, because at the end of the day, I've seen quite a few people who have done things that they never thought that they could, never in their wildest dreams. And it's partially because they were willing to keep going and not give up. And they chose not to give up in their darkest moments, when it seemed like there's no chance that they would make it, that there's no chance that they would succeed, and they kept going. There's another saying, and it's still kind of cheesy, but it's true. Your greatest success is one step away from your greatest failure, and most people give up at that failure. So that's not always true. It doesn't always happen like that, but sometimes it does. And so I think that's very important. As Steve Jobs says, he says, it's true that you have to love your passion, because oftentimes most people would give up because they're sane and they don't love it enough. You'd have to be crazy and really interested in what you do to keep going, despite any logical explanation or any logical reason of continuing, given present evidence. So I think that's important as well, because sometimes what's achievable or what isn't achievable isn't what humans can perceive or define. We form these perceptions or models or scientific formulas or logical experiments or evidence, which is oftentimes flawed despite a lot of science going behind them, as to why this can't be done or this can never be achieved. But You know, how many times has that been proven wrong because someone has continued and not given up when it seemed like there was no way in the darkest of moments. Think of the 4 minute mile after that first man broke that record for something that was deemed humanly impossible, that people had tried to achieve for a while but could not. After he broke it and proved the world that he could, it broke some type of psychological barrier in everyone else. And in the next month after he broke that 4 minute mile, a lot of people started breaking it as well. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say. As always, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Peace.